So over the years, smartwatches have gotten good, like really good. From advanced health tracking features to enhanced usability and everything in between, companies like Apple, Samsung, Fitbit, and Garmin are on the top of their game in this arena. Adding to that list is Huawei's new Watch GT3, which I have been using for a month now. So does it make among the best two? I will answer that question in this video, so let's dig right in, starting with a quick unboxing. Okay, you get the watch in this cube-shaped box. Inside there's the watch itself on the top, then we have the charger and some paperwork in a separate box, and that's basically all you get here. I was kind of hoping for an extra pair of straps too, like with last year's GT2 Pro, but never mind. So the first thing that I really liked about this watch is its design. For me, this is by far one of the best looking smartwatches I've used so far. I have the 46mm variant with leather straps, while you can also get the steel variant that gives off a more sophisticated look instead. For those with a thinner wrist, there's a 42mm variant available as well. But regardless of the size or strap options, this metal body complemented by stainless steel frames oozes premiumness. And despite its chunky looks, the GT3 is not heavy at all and is actually quite comfortable to wear. In my opinion, the best design trait of this watch is the fact that even though it's a smartwatch/fitness tracker hybrid, it does not necessarily look like one. It seamlessly goes with your everyday outfits and looks premium enough to wear it to a party as well. The stainless steel frames also house a metal crown on the top right and a customizable button right below it. The crown serves as a home button, while it can also take you to the app section or let you scroll through the menu items. The other button, as I said, is customizable, so you can set it to trigger whatever function you please. By default, it brings out the exercise menu, and I have left it as it is, but you can set it to open the weather or measure the heart rate and such. Okay, moving on, the Watch GT3 is 5 ATM rated against water damage up to 50 meters as well. On to the display, things are equally impressive here. You're getting a 1.43 inches AMOLED screen with 326 ppi of pixel density. And as you can see, it's a bright screen with rich contrast and an amazingly fluid touch response. Even outdoors, this screen is bright enough to view the time or your exercise records. So if you're going for an outdoor run and want to check on how much distance you've traveled or stuff like that, visibility is not going to be a concern. There's an auto brightness feature here too, but it's not as seamless as I expected. This is especially noticeable when the display does not dim itself to match the ambient lighting when the screen is turned on. It can bump the brightness levels just fine, but not the other way around unless you turn off the screen. On the other hand, the GT3 also supports always-on display, but I did not quite find the use for it since the raise to wake function here works almost instantaneously. There are a good number of always-on display options here in case you prefer it though. Like always-on display, there's a large selection of free and paid watch face options on the Huawei Health app as well. And the good news is that you can store almost 100 of them on the watch itself. However, unlike many smartwatches out there, there's no option to customize one on your own. Well, with the wide range of choices available, I am not particularly complaining, but it's always good to have options. Also, I am slightly disappointed by the fact that there isn't any kind of glass protection for the display. Because of this, I already have one major and a few minor scratches on this thing. Alright, on the usability side, there are things that have impressed me a lot, whereas I'm left wanting for more on some other aspects. Let's talk about the good stuff first. Compared to Huawei's Watch 3 series that's geared more towards luxury and premium looks, the Watch GT3 prioritizes health and fitness tracking instead. And for the most part, the company has definitely delivered in this regard. There are more than 100 goal-based exercise tracking options to choose from, including the standard ones like indoor and outdoor running and walking, yoga, Pilates, and swimming, to several types of dances, kite flying, hiking, etc. Now, I am mostly into outdoor running, hiking, walking, and yoga, where the watch was able to track all of these activities quite accurately. Plus, with its dual-band GNSS, it can deliver fairly precise positioning, especially when you're running outdoors or hiking. The watch also lets you set goals for individual exercises, set reminders if your heart rate goes above or below the set value, and more. Besides this, there are the usual health tracking features present here, like continuous heart rate and continuous SpO2 monitoring on top of sleep tracking and step and calorie counter. But do note that the Watch GT3 records your SpO2 levels once every 30 minutes only, just like the Huawei Band 6. I also checked its reading against an oximeter, and the results from these two devices were, I would say, pretty neck and neck. Likewise, there's also a skin temperature sensor here, and I think it's a very handy feature to have, especially during these COVID times. Also, I do have to mention that this is one of the very few smartwatches that can track your sleep with incredible precision, all thanks to Huawei's advanced True Sleep 2.0 algorithm. I am someone who falls asleep the moment I fall onto the bed, and the Watch GT3 has been able to record the exact time I go to bed and wake up on top of tracking my sleeping patterns. On a related note, all your fitness and exercise records are synced and can be viewed on a wider scale on the aforementioned Huawei Health app. The app is available on the Google Play Store, but it hasn't been updated in quite a long time, meaning it misses out on quite a few features. On the contrary, you'll have to sideload it from the Huawei app gallery to get the latest version. Okay, as I said in the beginning, I have been using this watch for more than a month now, and during this time I have received almost 5 updates. One of the recent updates even enabled actionable notifications on messages, which was previously not possible. But unlike Wear OS powered smartwatches, the Watch GT3 only lets you reply with emojis and built-in short responses for now, although there is the option to customize the said responses. Moreover, you can also make or receive calls via Bluetooth on this watch, with one little caveat. There's no option to dial a number here, but you can add up to 10 favorite contacts on the Huawei Health app to make a call from the watch itself. Or if someone has already called you, it lets you redial the caller too. Then again, there is no standalone phone call support on the Watch GT3 because of the lack of cellular connectivity. How's the call quality, you ask? Well, none of my frequent contacts have complained about it, even when I am in a particularly noisy environment. On my end, the voices sound clear, so I have absolutely no complaint on this end. Alright, like I mentioned earlier, there are a few things that I wish were better here though. The Huawei Watch GT3 runs on HarmonyOS 2.0, and because of the lack of Google Play Store support here, you cannot use native Google apps like Maps or Messages here. Instead, Huawei's app gallery is where you'd find all the downloadable apps. But the option for third-party apps are pretty limited here, be it in terms of watch faces or fitness-related apps. Also, this smartwatch is complemented by Huawei's own voice assistant called Celia, although weirdly it only works with a Huawei phone. On the exercise tracking front, automatic workout detection did not work at all in my case, which is very inconvenient for me because most of the time I forget to manually start recording the workout. Anyways, something that is really commendable on the Watch GT3 compared to other premium smartwatches that I've used like the Galaxy Watch 4 and the Apple Watch Series 6 is the battery life. It lasted me for about 12 days straight, even when keeping continuous heart rate monitoring turned on and using the GPS for around 20 to 30 minutes a day during outdoor runs. Well, then I tested it with continuous SpO2 monitoring turned on as well, and apart from everything I discussed above, it still managed to give me around 8 days of backup. Moving on, this watch charges wirelessly and takes about 3 hours to fully juice up. By the way, it also supports reverse wireless charging, but only with supported Huawei phones. Okay, after all this time with the Huawei Watch GT3, I must say that it has grown on me. Before this, I had been using Samsung's Galaxy Watch 4, which is a very capable smartwatch in itself, but ultimately it was haunted by subpar battery life. Yes, the Watch GT3 is not as powerful, and neither does it have support for cellular connection or Google Play Store support, but that has also enabled its battery life to last much longer. And that's something most users like me will certainly appreciate. Plus, it does all the health and fitness tracking things right. As a result, this is a no-nonsense smartwatch that does practically everything a smartwatch should, while also looking incredibly stylish on the hands. So guys, that was all for our unboxing and full review of the Huawei Watch GT3. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and while you're there, a subscription to the channel would be great too. Till then, I'm Pratima and I will see you in my next video.